and then the front of Okinawa. In the jungles of the southern islands, Miguel and the others fought to the death over and over. When the American army advanced with its overwhelming resources, the Japanese lost their supply lines and didn't receive enough food, much less munitions. Fucking, yeah, let's jerk them off more. Let's do it. If they sat down, they would just starve and die. And yet they had no bullets to shoot. Hell yeah, brother. So the only options that they were given was to raise their swords one last time and perish in a banzai charge. Mow them down, boys. Surrender was not an option for him. Miguel's unit had decided to die an honorable death by making a night raid on the American beachhead. Yes, nothing is quite as honorable as a night raid. Though Miguel, also known as Private Kurashiki, shouted bravely with his mouth, he was unable to suppress the fear of death he felt on the inside. Those war buddies shouted Banzai, long life, for their country as they attacked. They dashed out into the darkness of the nighttime jungle, raced through the marshland, and struck the American position. If they could pour into the American position under this darkness, the enemy would find it hard to shoot in fear of friendly fire. If it came to hand-to-hand combat, they would be fighting on an even footing. Those were the words that the squad leaders inspired them with. Set up the Brownings. Well, it's not like it'd actually go that way. The American troops aren't fools either. They had sentries posted even in the dark of night. On top of that, we were kind enough to show up shouting Banzai, Banzai at the top of our lungs. You know, when a heavy machine gun starts firing all over the place, it gets really bright. The American troops immediately noticed the Japanese night raid and started firing with heavy machine guns. The repeating gunfire was enough to strip away the night's darkness. A group of Japanese troops charging together doesn't mean much against a machine gun emplacement. No fucking shit. Those bullets going straight through. The men operating the American machine guns probably just had to sweep it left and right. Like a combine harvester mowing down a sugarcane field, the Japanese troops were just mowed down, slumping to the ground one after another. As that happened, flares went up, and they weren't even able to hide in the darkness. You see, we went to drown in the swamp just so that we could receive our bullets from the Americans. And me? I sat on my butt, stunned and surrounded by a crowd of my war buddies' corpses. Submerged in the sludge to my waist, I turned pale and dumbfounded by the feel of death, so thick you could choke on it. I didn't want to die. I wanted them to let me live, and nothing else mattered. At that time, I was without a doubt a defeatist. I mean, if you weren't charging them, they might take you as a prisoner of war. When the American troops realized I was alive, they pointed their guns at me. Hands up. I'm good. Don't shoot. God damn it. It's funny, my friends who wanted to live got hit by so many bullets. And yet I, who is no better than dead already, was missed by so many bullets. 5 or 6 times, bullets landed right next to me. I could tell that the enemy troops were celebrating, laughing at this pathetic failure. It was clear they were playing a game, trying to see who could hit me first. I rose to my feet with tears in my eyes, begging for forgiveness. I don't know whether my words reached them or not. They stopped using me as a target and took me as a prisoner of war. Hey! Living. The one who saved me was an American officer. He was probably the leader of their unit. See? Hey. Turned out alright. Should have killed you, but whatever. He put a stop to the hatred and sneers directed at me by the American troops and welcomed me with a salute. Why? I was glad. No, looking back on it, I was pathetic. That feeling, as though that man had protected me. He literally did. A feeling so strong I almost wanted to lick the bottom of his shoes right there. Surprised he didn't make you. Yet another POW was brought over. He was a war buddy from my unit. His left shoulder appeared to have been shot, and he staggered around with his hand on the wound. That officer welcomed my war buddy with a salute too. Though their countries were different, they were both soldiers who gave everything they had for their homelands. I believe that was the sort of respect he had. And then, when the officer offered his hand, my war buddy shouted Banzai from the homeland and flew at him. Really, dude? In that instant, a red fog covered everything. My war buddy must have been hiding a grenade under his armpit. Wow. What such honor. Surely he had waited for his chance to take the highest-ranking enemy with him to the grave. I fell on my butt covered with a bloody mist and flying bits of organs, stunned. Both of their upper bodies had been smashed to atoms, leaving only their lower halves. This was a man who seemed to show respect for an enemy soldier like me, so I'm sure he must have been respected by all of his subordinates. Damn, I hope they fucking exterminated the rest of them. The other men responded as someone who showed mercy to an enemy soldier by blowing himself up. It's not hard to imagine how angry the hearts of those Americans must have been. Oh yeah, fuck them. Genocide. Everyone on that island, dead. Wayne, don't you think that man who blew himself up was admirable? No! What? He really was the same as you. Not really. His body may have been captured, but his soul certainly hadn't surrendered. At the end, he offered up his life to take another shot at the enemy. If I could, I'd like to blow myself up and take you with me. Yeah, I'm sure you could do it. Without a doubt, you are a brave man. Yeah, except he's, like, offering, like, a peace. Like, that's what a fucking salute is a show of respect. There's literally no respect given here. Compared to that, what was I like back then? I don't know. I think a lot fucking better than that dude. Holy fuck. I pitifully begged for forgiveness, abandoning my duty to fight and protect out of concern for my own life. How brave was that war buddy, who was able to die? Fuck him. How despicable was I, who surrendered without dying? I was a foolish, terrible, defeatist pig, not worthy even to live. Still, you're alive. Who knows? Am I still the person I was before that day? You were probably a better person, too. I think I really was killed then. Until I was saved by Caleb and given a new life, I'm sure I was killed. You know, thanks to them, I'm getting killed every day. Miguel, don't you think that's enough? Every day. Every day. I constantly regret it. Every day that I was ever born, that I didn't die. Miguel started to look more and more deranged. Covered in an abnormal sweat, his hands scratched all over his body. Okay, buddy. Have fun. Next time his eyes met Wayne's, they were thick with madness. Surrendering means offering your life to your opponent, you see. So if someone surrenders, they can't complain if they get killed. Only people who fight until they die are noble, and those who abandon that must be constantly branded in the depths of hell for that dishonor. I will never surrender again to anyone and anyone, no matter what. My war will never end until I fight and die, or until someone orders me, telling me I don't have to fight anymore. The men grabbed at Miguel, trying to pin his arms behind his back. Calm down, Miguel! Don't look at me. Don't laugh at me. Kill me quickly. This time I'll fight until I die. Kill me. Kill me. Don't look at me. Don't look at me and laugh. Miguel, calm down. The war's over. It's already over. PTSD. PTSD. Hey, give me a hand here. Take his knife. Fucking shoot him. For a while, Miguel writhed and screamed with a mix of anger, regret, and other emotions, still being held by the men. When it finally calmed down, his whole body was drenched with sweat and his breathing was ragged. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm okay now. Let's take a break for the rest of the day. We'll take you to the hotel. Hey, someone get a car for Miguel and take his gun and knife? And the gun? At that moment, Miguel suddenly pulled out his gun and placed the barrel up against Wayne's forehead. You are noble. I have to respect you. Is that so? Even I can't bear to have you suffer the humiliation of capture any longer. I'll pretend I got excited and accidentally killed you. We have another hostage after all. Even if we lose you, I'm sure Caleb will forgive me. I apologize for humiliating you with torture. To make sure you don't suffer any more humiliation, I'll end it here by my own hands. Miguel. Stop! What are you doing? A man suddenly appeared behind Miguel and held the arm with the gun. Forgive me. We have an order from Madame Amanda that this man be moved. From Amanda? Yes, the father has given his approval. Please understand. For a while, Miguel looked between the men and Wayne, then slowly lowered his gun. Damn, I'm surprised he let a woman take control of what he wanted to do. Go figure. Yeah, by the way, even if you have a fucked up history, PTSD or whatever, that still does not excuse being an absolute fucking shitbag. I see. If Caleb ordered it, then I'll have it happen. I'm going home, I'm tired. See you again, Wayne. We'll meet again, and not too long from now. Just once. I'd like to have a drink with you, someplace quiet. No, thank you. Oh, this is the first time I've ever wanted to have a drink with someone other than Caleb. Miguel left. Wayne was blindfolded and his chains were released, and he was carried to another place. Amanda's bedroom. I was just kidding. Why you have him in here? So even the valiant General Caleb sighs pathetically every now and then. I wasn't sighing, I was just breathing. For quite some time after the lights went out, Caleb was apparently unable to sleep. Amanda also heard the traitors had started showing up. That had surely injured his heart, which is far more straightforward than it appeared. Of course people are gonna fucking quote-unquote be a traitor. Dude's fucking on a literal kamikaze path. It's going to end in disaster. Bail now. Amanda got up, poured some water from a pitcher into a cup, and handed it to Caleb. The larger your ideals are, the harder it is to see the peak through the mist from the bottom. There's no helping that some people won't be able to share your ideals. Because there is no top. There's no peak. You just keep climbing, and you destroy everything on the way. All your gear, you have to lose it, because it's a steeper climb. It's too heavy to climb with all this gear. So you get rid of it. And you keep doing it, until you have no gear left. And then you're stuck on the side of a mountain. Still no end in sight. And everyone's gone. And you're by yourself. And then you die. That's right. I understand it logically. However, it's my responsibility to make them understand. You're such a sentimentalist in bed. You think so? I'm a ruffian even in bed. Yeah, okay. I know that. Hey, stop that. That tickles. Darn it. Sheesh. Caleb rose to his feet, opened the curtain slightly, and looked down over the nighttime sky. This is oddly bright for nighttime. Even though it was late at night, the city had forgotten how to sleep. It was lit up like noon with lights and neon signs. There's no time. I had to clearly show the results of our deal with occupying forces as soon as possible. I want to make them see that wages for jobs are rising. 2 cents. Ah, yeah. I wonder how much they will rise. Like $2 an hour, maybe. At most. We'll cut out all the middlemen. It's possible that take-home pay will even double. Ah. Yummy. I was making $1 a day. Now I'm making $2. I want them to be able to take home $400. No, $500 for a full day of unloading at the harbor. Incredible. If wages got that high, everyone would be celebrating. This way, war buddies won't have to share money for food, but they'll be able to save up. What about everyone else that can't do that? Crickets. Saving up money gives one the power to enrich their lifestyle. That's right. The men will work like hell, take their pay envelopes with pride, and make a triumphant return to their homes, where their wives are waiting. Hell yeah, where they should be. They shouldn't be working. Fucking whores. What? Sorry. They'll be able to have homes. They'll be able to have children. We'll be able to take back everything we lost. If they're able to get paid that much, everyone will come back to City 23. And they won't just come back. Be coming back. People will probably start moving here one after another from other cities. The city will prosper more and more, and that isn't it. Laborers will stop doing other jobs for low pay. As a result, we won't be able to hire people for pathetic wages. The greedy people in other cities will be forced to raise wages. There's always scabs. There's always fucking scabs. So you'll be able to save people across Tokyo, not just City 23. It's true that the city has been laid to waste now. However, that's because we're in the middle of taking one step backward and take 2 steps forward. Do take. I know, and I'm sure you'll make that happen. Wouldn't that literally just being like 1 step forward and that's it? When we could have just started at the neutral position and just gone forward 1 step instead. Tomorrow's the day we take the money to Butler. It's finally time, isn't it? I'm not just a dog giving things away to the Americans. You're right. You're a good boy. Exactly. You're a trained puppy. I'm taking a sword of 100 million and making a raid on him. Oh yeah. Big boy over here. Really taking it to him. Good luck. I'm praying that you come back with good news. Yes. Pray for me. And then the sun rose. Caleb took several guards and carried the vast sum of money into the occupying headquarters. Back to China. Town. Not actual China. So Caleb finally collected 100 million. That amount's insane. Just how many people he's left crying. Will Caleb be able to buy that special offer's window? This is only my personal opinion. However, I am expecting that the deal will not go through. No shit. Oh. Do you have some basis for that, thinking that? Most of City 23's special offers windows are controlled by American mafias. If this were a deal to hand those over to Caleb, high-ranking members from those American mafias should have come to Japan. Haven't you seen any movement like that? Nothing has reached my ears. And I have massive ears. What does that mean? Are they going to start negotiating going forward? No, they'll just put it off. There's a business with lots of money moving around. It's too late for something like that. Matters might grow a bit more complicated. Does it mean the occupying forces aren't going to make a deal with Caleb? No, they'll play hardball. But they're bringing the money here today, aren't they? Certainly is strange. They made reservations at a restaurant, but no one's there ready to make food. And even so, the customers are just walking in there with their money. Could that possibly mean... Can they really do that? It'll mean all out war between Caleb and the occupying forces, won't it? If he tried, he'd lose. Like, it wouldn't be a war. They already lost the war. This is a worse equipped military versus a better equipped military at this point. We have information suggesting that the Caleb family is on the verge of splitting apart. I'm afraid to say it, but Caleb's ideals as a dragon are not shared among all his high-ranking subordinates. It's no surprise. The plan he's drawn out here has been grandiose, violent, and rushed. Lee, please tell me, what is going to happen? It might be that the sky will darken and rain will fall. Rain? The rain might be red. There's a chance that war will break out between the occupying forces and the Caleb family. There's no way a mere Japanese mafia can defeat the American army in a war. Oh no, there's such a thing as a cornered rat biting a cat. Yeah, except this is a cornered... What's less than a fucking rat? Cornered bug, an ant, versus a fucking giant. If it grows into a disturbance large enough that the American army is mobilized, it is likely that many of those in charge of the occupying forces in our cities will lose their heads. So even though they can't win, they can take their opponents down with them. Who cares if, like, the officers will be replaced? After all, there's a chance Caleb will try something crazy, hoping for an honorable death. It's a very dangerous turn of affairs for City 23. It's almost like you could have just had, like, an investment fund and helped people that way. It would have been way more effective than literally burning money. Wayne, I'm so glad you're safe. I'm sure Leo would say something like attractive men can't die. Damn. Then why are you still alive? It really is wonderful. Don't forget you're still hostages, you two. I'm sure you even would prefer sleeping in a bed than hanging from your arms in a cold storehouse, Wayne. Is it your bed? You're the traitor who took over Rose's Primavera. I'll never forgive you. You dare to talk to Madame Amanda that way, bastard? Fuck off. Oh, how scary. Claudia, please make some tea for him as well. Normally, I would want to make it for him, but I'd rather not get drenched in scalding water. Yes, Amanda. The atmosphere between Claudia and Amanda was reminiscent of the old peaceful days. Fucking traitor. To Wayne, Amanda was the traitor who sold Primavera to Caleb. She literally did. However, Claudia seemed to have lost that feeling. Though that difference in attitude made Wayne hesitate for a moment, he decided to watch and wait for the time being. Well, now, I'll take my leave. I've already said this before, but you two are still hostages, right? You probably noticed on your way here, but everywhere outside of this room is filled with thugs. True. Trying to escape from this place would be pretty tough. He glanced out the window. The street was lined with black cars and thugs glaring menacingly at passers-by. Hey, keep walking. The guard for Madame Amanda, Caleb's woman, seemed to be very heavy indeed. He thought about holding Amanda hostage, but at this moment their chances of victory didn't look high. Just give her some dick. God damn it. Amanda and the guards left so that only Wayne and Claudia remained, along with the scent of the black tea Claudia had made. Amanda really isn't a bad person. Ha! Ha! Good joke. Why are you defending her? She's the traitor who took advantage of Rose before being gone to sell Primavera to Caleb. At first I thought that too, but the truth keeps getting clearer to me. What truth? I think Amanda intentionally played the role of the villain because she had to. The role of the villain? From the moment we opposed the Caleb family, Primavera had no way to continue existing. We just kill them. If Primavera disappeared, the women would lose the only place for them to work. They have. What are you talking about? They're being abused constantly. If any want to leave, they just die or get mutilated. What the fuck? Are you saying she sold Primavera to protect it? And they're already not getting actual fucking customers because the guards get them for free or whatever. Because, you know, war buddy, fucking jerk off in a corner, buddy. And they scare off everyone else. But yeah, they totally still have their jobs. It's totally fine. She didn't sell it. I think she might have protected Primavera in Rose's place. Okay. It's true that there are a lot more scary customers at the club and everyone's wages have dropped a lot. Yeah, it's fine. They still have a place to work. They can still whore themselves out, but this time for way less money. And just be abused instead. Thumbs up. However, she made sure at least some place for ladies of the evening to work. Yeah, fuck. If Amanda hadn't played the role of the villain, there would probably be a lot of girls wandering the streets now. And they might not actually be as abused right now. Or at least the same majority of them. And why doesn't she just say so? Didn't she just say so? Why is it that she practically banished Stella and Meryl? At first I thought Amanda was a bad person too. It's only recently that I've started to understand. But I can't really explain it well with words, but, well, you know, it's just a feeling. I'm sure that even now Amanda acknowledges Rose as the true madam. Doubt. If she acknowledges Rose as the madam, why would she act the part of the villain? Actually, what she could do is guarantee that, like, she would actually just talk to Caleb and tell, like, stop bringing your fucking dudes here, okay? We need to make money. We lose money if you just, like, have these fucking people breaking bottles everywhere and harassing my girls. You're gonna stop, or else you're gonna lose all the money here. Pick one. So she could actually, if she actually cared, an actually good person, she'd do that shit. But she doesn't. Because, you know, she knows her fucking place as a woman, and that's good. She doesn't even dare to backtalk him. I'm too stupid to follow what you're saying. It's ridiculous. Well, fuck Caleb. Fuck him. Fuck Miguel too. Ladies of the evening had considerable pride. They couldn't bear to use up their earnings, even in exchange for their own protection, if it meant surrendering to threats. For example, if Rose had submitted to the Caleb family, many women would have lost hope in Rose, and Primavera might have collapsed in an instant. However, unless it entered Caleb's umbrella, Primavera would be destroyed. If they lost Primavera, the women would lose a safe place to work. They don't have a safe place to work! The ladies of the evening would have to get customers on the streets like clutching to a buoy in a shark-filled sea. So it was necessary for someone to call themselves the next madam and join forces with the Caleb family, fully aware that they would be hated for it. In that case, playing the role of the villain was vital. See, I'd be okay with it if she was actually making active steps to make these women have better lives or whatever, to mitigate as much as possible. But them having way less wages, way more abuse in here, and still letting these women fucking walk off and then get mutilated because they walked off? No, fuck that. How? How is that, being good? Oh, fuck. It's mind-numbing. By being hated, it would mean that the women wouldn't acknowledge the person as their true madam. That's what makes it good. In other words, Rose is still the true madam of Primavera. If Rose ever comes back to Primavera, she just needs to kick out the villain Amanda. Yeah, that's all that needs to happen. They just had to beat the Caleb family. Oh my god. If Amanda wasn't acting the villain's part, factions would form and a fight would break out over who should be the madam, Rose or Amanda, right? She doesn't have to make it overt, but she can just make their life not as shitty as it is. Not have the thugs to be there, but she still cuts their wages or whatever. So they'd obviously welcome Rose back or whatever. Fucking shit, dude. There'd be a fight between those who acknowledged Rose as the madam and those who acknowledged Amanda, who actually had protected Primavera as the madam. Whatever. So you're saying Amanda intentionally acted like she was evil, and still acts like she's evil, so that she wouldn't get in Rose's way in the future. That sounds really fucking dumb. When she could just step aside, and then it doesn't matter what the other people think if Amanda just disappears off the fucking world. Yeah, I'm sure that's true. Yeah, I keep telling myself that every night. Has Amanda said so? No. No. But I can believe it. Oh my god. You fucking idiot.